All right, so I'm going to try something that I have actually never tried before. I have a stencil from Stencil Revolution, and you can see that it's in a nice flowery pattern, right? And then I have some clear, transparent plastic film. This is actually shrinky dink paper. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to use my stencil on here. I'm going to put glitter on the wet paint, and then I am going to put this inside this frame, and we're going to use resin to make something. So now to start, I want to keep my little piece here nice and snug. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to find part of this that I think would look well on it. Maybe we'll get a couple flowers on there, maybe something like that. And then I am going to tape through my stencil since this piece is small. And then I'm going to also tape my stencil down. Now I have a Lumiere paint in pewter. So this is a halo paint. It's got a lot of shimmer and shine to it. Don't think I need too much. And then I have a stiff stencil brush, and this is usually used for fabric, but I've tried a couple other tools before I started this video, and I think the stiffness is the way to go. So we're gonna try it. Just gonna spread a little out there. And we're gonna go for it. Nice and wet, I'm gonna put some ice resin opal flakes on here, and hopefully we can get it to stick in some places at least. All right, and let's let that get tacky for a few minutes. Hopefully you can see the pattern did show up. It's not incredibly dark or anything, but it might make a nice little layer. And some resin. Now that we have a couple options to choose from as far as stenciled homemade stickers, right? We've got all those. So now what we're going to do is do our first layer of resin. So the first layer of resin is going to be sitting on top of this tape. Nice flat surface. We're going to use our 1 part UV resin. All right. And then we're just going to bring over our handy dandy UV light. Okay, so now we've got our first hard layer of resin, and I can feel that it's hard from the back. So now is the exciting part. Now we can do stuff, right? If we're going to do this one's a little moody, right? A little moody, a little broody. So maybe we can do something a little more grown-up-y here. So what I'm thinking is that maybe we can put some resin around the edge, mix it with some of my gold, and maybe get some swirls going on. Okay, so I was just adding a little more depth to that on the back side with a marker. Let's put a little bit of resin down first. Okay, so I just found some old inclusions I have, which would make this thing look a little steampunk. Let's put some little gears and stuff in around the edges. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and freeze those in there. All right, so I think we're good enough now to go ahead and take off the tape. Uh-oh. Take that hot and sticky. All right, we're gonna get that residue off with a little bit of baby oil. Okay, so now the residue's gone, but you can see we still have a texture from the tape on the back, but we're gonna fix that with a layer of resin. So to make sure that we've got all this baby oil off, hit it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, get rid of that oiliness. So let's do our back resin. Now this step will also fill in any holes you may have had in the back of your piece from the tape. So it's good to go around and kind of feel for those holes, make sure they're getting filled up. All right, so now you can see that the back is clear. And we have a nice front. Oops, we've got a tape goober. Couple tape goobers. And now we can either add more stuff to this or go ahead and dome it. I feel like maybe it could use a little something. What do you guys think? Okay, so I couldn't decide what else to add to this. I couldn't find anything. So what I ended up doing was I ended up making some little tiny wire flowers and leaves that look like the flowers and leaves in the stencil. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the little wire versions over where the stenciled ones are. Some of these are a little bit bigger than the stencil, some aren't. I think that'll just add a pretty sort of dimension to it. We're gonna go ahead and do what hopefully is our last layer of resin, if it comes out well. Okay, so I have pulled that out, and let's see if we can get the camera to focus on this. Don't know if it's going to, but we've got our wires in there. Both sides are nice and flush. And I'll I'll show some pictures of that since I don't know how well this is gonna focus on here. Let's see if we can get it up here. Completely see-through, but it has things embedded in it. And I think what we could do with this is probably, you know, drill 2 holes in it. You can make it a necklace. I think this would look really nice stained, so you could stain the wood and then make this into a Christmas ornament or something like that. So anyways, just wanted to show you guys how you can use stencils with pretty much anything, and here I used it with resin. So make sure you check out stencilrevolution.com. They are a company here in the United States. They did send me these stencils to make videos with, which I was happy to do. So check them out, all right? Thanks so much. Hey Misfits, Toni here. I just want to remind you that if you subscribe by hitting the red button below, you will always see my videos on your home screen. If you want an even more insider track, if you hit that little bell, you will be alerted every time I post and you'll never miss anything. And last but not least, I need your help. I know there's other people out there like us. We just need to find them. So if you know any badass, crafty, punk rock, creative people, tell them to come hang out and let's build an empire. All right? Thanks so much.